Let this story wrap you in warmth and bring you restful sleep. Euphorbia and Astra, the playful adventure. This story is about a human named Euphorbia and an elf named Astra who embark on a magical adventure to find the starlight flower, strengthening their bond through playful discovery. Once in the enchanted forest of Lurwood, there lived a kind-hearted human named Euphorbia and a playful elf named Astra. Every evening, as the golden sun sank behind the verdant hills, Euphorbia and Astra would meet by the whispering creek that wound gracefully through the forest. The creek, crystal clear and endlessly cheerful, mirrored the joy in their hearts. Euphorbia had discovered the magical forest by chance on one of her wanderings. She was captivated by the vibrant flora and fauna that seemed alive with stories untold. The forest had a charm that lured her back every day. Astra had immediately befriended Euphorbia the first time he saw her. With his twinkling eyes and a smile that lit up his entire face, Astra had an infectious curiosity and a boundless imagination. He loved to challenge Euphorbia to playful games and adventures that the two shared with endless laughter. On a particularly beautiful evening, Astra proposed a new game. "Euphorbia, let's play in the starlight flower," he said, his excitement unmistakable. Euphorbia's curiosity was piqued. "What's a starlight flower?" she asked, with a spark in her eyes. Astra grinned mischievously. "It's a flower that glows with the light of 1,000 stars, hidden deep within the forest. Whoever finds it will be granted a special wish." Euphorbia's eyes widened with wonder, and she agreed. They embarked on their mission, jumping over bubbling brooks and climbing ancient trees. Along the way, they encountered friendly creatures, each offering clues to the elusive starlight flower's location. A wise old owl advised them to follow the moon's shadow. A fluttering butterfly hinted at a hidden grove. The closer they got, the more radiant the forest became, as if sharing in their anticipation. Finally, they reached a secluded glen bathed in moonlight. In the center stood the starlight flower, its petals glimmering with an ethereal glow that took their breath away. Euphorbia and Astra held hands and made their wish together, to always keep the forest enchanted and full of joy. As they headed back, their hearts light and laughter filling the night air, they knew their bond was something truly magical. The forest responded to the joy of their adventures, every leaf and creature singing in harmony. They would continue to explore together, ready for whatever playful adventures awaited in their beloved Lurwood. The next story awaits to bring you closer to sleep. Bluebonnet and Sweet Pea's Shell Adventure. This story is about a girl named Bluebonnet and her squirrel friend, Sweet Pea, who find unique shells on the beach and share their treasures with their village. In a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and a shimmering coast, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Bluebonnet. She had long, golden hair that sparkled in the sun, and freckles that danced with every warm smile. One misty morning, Bluebonnet decided to visit the beach, a place where she often found treasures of the sea. As she walked along the shore, her eyes fell upon a peculiar shell half buried in the sand. It was unlike any other shell she had ever seen. It glimmered with shades of blue and green, almost like a piece of the ocean had been captured within. While inspecting the shell, Bluebonnet felt a gentle tug on her dress. She looked down to see her dear friend, Sweet Pea, a small squirrel with soft, brown fur and bright, curious eyes. "What did you find, Bluebonnet?" Sweet Pea asked excitedly. Bluebonnet showed the shell to Sweet Pea, who marveled at its beauty. "Shall we see if there are one like this?" Bluebonnet suggested. The two friends embarked on a delightful adventure, combing the beach for more unique shells. They laughed and chatted, their hearts as light as the seagulls flying above them. As the sun began its descent, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange, they had gathered a small collection of extraordinary shells. Each one was different, telling the silent story of the ocean's mysteries. Intent and a little tired, Bluebonnet and Sweet Pea decided to head back to the village. They giggled at the fluff of sharing their treasures with the other villagers, who always enjoyed their adventurous tales. Upon returning home, they spread out their collection on a large, sunlit table. The villagers gathered round, their faces lit up with awe and wonder. That night, as Bluebonnet lay in her bed, she held the first shell close, its cool surface a comforting reminder of the day's adventure. Sweet Pea curled up beside her, dreaming of the waves and the treasures they would find in their next exploration. Bluebonnet whispered softly, "Good night, Sweet Pea." "Well, my dear friend," and under the gentle glow of the moon, they both drifted into a peaceful sleep, their dreams interwoven with the magical secrets of the sea. Our next tale awaits, calm and heartwarming. Emeralist and Bluebonnet, a tale of understanding. His story is about a young woman named Amaryllis who befriends a snow fairy named Bluebonnet, teaching each other about courage, kindness, and understanding. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village surrounded by rolling hills and blooming meadows, there lived a kind and gentle young woman named Amaryllis. Amaryllis, with her golden hair and emerald green eyes, was known throughout the village for her compassionate nature and ability to bring harmony wherever she went. One winter night, the village was blanketed in pristine snow, and the air was tinged with the fresh scent of pine. It was on this night that Amaryllis encountered a creature unlike any she had ever seen before, a snow fairy named Bluebonnet. Bluebonnet was as delicate and beautiful as her name suggested, with wings that shimmered like ice crystals and a voice as soft as the whispering wind. Bluebonnet had come to the village in search of warmth and understanding, for she had been cast out from her fairy clan due to a misunderstanding. Racked with loneliness and fear, she hid herself amongst the snow-covered branches of a tall pine tree. Amaryllis, with her perceptive heart, sensed the fairy's presence and gently called out to her. At first, Bluebonnet was hesitant and retreated further into the branches, but Amaryllis' soothing voice and reassuring words gradually coaxed her out. "Do not be afraid," Amaryllis said softly. "I am here to help you." Slowly, Bluebonnet revealed herself, her wings illuminated by the moonlight, and shared her story of sorrow and exile. Amaryllis listened intently, her heart aching for the fairy. She offered her a place to stay, a warm cup of tea, and most importantly, a listening ear. As the days turned into weeks, a strong bond of friendship developed between Amaryllis and Bluebonnet. Amaryllis taught Bluebonnet about the human world, and in return, Bluebonnet shared the secrets of the fairy realm. They laughed together, cried together, and soon their understanding of each other's lives grew deeper. One crisp morning, Bluebonnet felt a familiar tingling in her wings, a sign that it was time for her to return to her fairy clan. But she was no longer the fearful fairy she once was. With Amaryllis' guidance and unwavering support, Bluebonnet had gained the confidence to confront her past. On the day of her departure, Amaryllis accompanied Bluebonnet to the edge of the village. "Thank you for everything," Bluebonnet whispered, her voice filled with gratitude. "You have taught me so much about courage and kindness." Amaryllis smiled, her eyes shining with unshed tears. "You have taught me about the beauty of trust and the importance of understanding," she replied. With a final hug, Bluebonnet spread her wings and soared into the sky, her heart filled with a newfound sense of belonging and acceptance. Amaryllis watched her go, knowing that their paths would cross again one day. And as the snowflakes danced around her, she felt a serene sense of peace grateful for the friendship that had blossomed and the understanding that had bridged two worlds together. Here's another peaceful story for tonight. A celebration of Flower and Yuri. This story is about the heartwarming friendship and celebration between a girl named Flower and a river nymph named Yuri, who create a magical garden together. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between lush green meadows and sparkling rivers, there lived a young girl named Flower. Flower was known for her love of nature and her gift of bringing joy to everyone around her. She spent her days wandering the meadows, talking to the flowers, and listening to the whispers of the river. One day, while sitting by the river bank, she saw something glimmer in the water. As she looked closer, she saw a beautiful river nymph named Yuri. Yuri had long flowing hair that shimmered like silver, and eyes as deep and mysterious as the night sky. Flower and Yuri quickly became friends, sharing stories and laughter by the river each day. As the village prepared for the annual spring festival, Flower wanted to do something special for Yuri. She decided to create a garden by the river bank, filled with Yuri's favorite flowers. For weeks, Flower worked tirelessly, planting seeds and nurturing the young plants. Finally, the day of the spring festival arrived. The village was alive with colors, music, and the scent of blooming flowers. Flower led Yuri to the river bank, where the garden was now in full bloom. Yuri was overwhelmed with joy and gratitude, her eyes sparkling with tears of happiness. To show her appreciation, Yuri enchanted the river, so that its waters sparkled like diamonds forever, and its song echoed with the sounds of laughter and joy. The villagers were amazed and celebrated the magical garden and the eternal friendship between Flower and Yuri. From that day on, Flower and Yuri's bond grew even stronger, and their garden became a symbol of love and celebration for everyone in the village, reminding them of the beauty that comes from friendship and kindness. Let this story stay with you as you drift into sleep.